everyone and welcome to another video. So today I'm going to be doing a product review. I've not done something like this before, but I thought I'd give it a go. So a few months back I was in touch with Aftershockz, who produced some headphones, and they wanted me to try some out as I train for the London Marathon. So I've used plenty of different headphones in the past, a lot of them mainly being sort of in the ear with cables, and with that always having to connect that to a phone on an armband attached to my arm. So I wanted to see what these are about, as I've not tried them before and I'd heard a lot about them. So here they are. I've got the Aftershockz Trekz Titanium and I have them in colour grey. Now the difference with these are obviously that they're wireless, so there's no cable, so you can connect it and pair it straight to a phone or some form of Bluetooth device to play your music. Now the other benefit to these is that they have bone conduction technology, so they actually sit just above or just on the ears here. So rather than going inside, you put them around the head and they sit over the top. Oh, lovely with my hair, but they sit over the top here. And the other benefit is with this bone conduction technology is that you're able to hear external sounds as well as being able to listen to your music. So they're really good because on most races nowadays you're not allowed any headphones, and if you do use headphones then you can become disqualified. However, some races obviously make sure that you check the regulations and the terms and conditions for each race, but a lot of them are now allowing for you to use bone conduction technology headphones. So if you do want to listen to music whilst you're racing, then these are the ones to get. So at the moment these are averaging at around £100 retailing, which is quite a good price, but also it is a bit of an expense if you do. It's not the cheapest pair of headphones. You know, a lot of people nowadays use just headphones that come with the iPhone, or you can pick up a pair for quite cheap, but they are a good investment. They're really lightweight and they're really easy to use. You can pair them obviously via Bluetooth, and you just go into your phone and on the app and you pair them up, and they've got two buttons. You hold one button down to connect it every time, just turn it on and to connect it, and as soon as it says that it's connected, it will tell you. It's also got a flap here, and this is where you charge it. So with the headphones, you get the headphones itself in the box, you get a nice little bag. So I make sure that these go in every time, and I take these around with me just to keep them nice and safe, and you get the cable. Now with the cable you don't actually get the charge plug that you put into the wall, so you just have to use something like an iPhone charger. So most people have a few of those knocking about, so that's how you charge it. The battery life is, it says 6 hours, however I have found that I do need to charge these quite often, and that's the only downside that I found to these headphones so far, is obviously the battery life is not great. I do quite a lot of miles during the week, and if I am on my own, which I do a lot sort of at the start of the week on my own running, if it starts to say, it will say in an accent, charge me, quite like that. I hope I got that right. And it will continue to say that a number of times quite quickly, and the battery dies quite quick. So there isn't any, the only thing is that I have another pair of another headphones that are wireless, which I bought in America a few years ago, just over the head ones, and when you turn them on they tell you the battery percentage that you've got left, so you know whether to charge it or not. However, these don't, so sometimes if I don't know when I've last charged it, it's a bit of a risk. So I have been out on a run where I've been caught out before and I have no music. They're quite comfortable in terms of going over the ear and sitting on the ear, on the actual ear itself, rather than going inside, because sometimes some headphones you can find uncomfortable. It does take a bit getting a bit used to, because they sit behind the head, and also sometimes I wear headbands in the winter weather and they don't sit too well with headbands on, but you can sort of give them a go. So that's again something else which is just to take into consideration. So going on to the sound quality. Now the sound quality is quite good, not the best in comparison to other headphones that are out there, but obviously I think that's down to the technology itself. But the only thing to be mindful is that if you are listening to music, people around you will also be able to hear it. So if you are playing something like Barbie Girl whilst out on a run and you go past the dog walker, you may get a smirk. That's not on my playlist, by the way, but yeah, just to be mindful of, if you can't really sort of wear these if you are in public and you don't want other people to, so say like if you're on a train or if you're sitting in an office, they're not really the best to use whilst you're around other people. So yeah, the sound quality is good, and yeah, just have to be very careful with other people around if you are listening to music. Obviously you can have the option to turn it up and down, the volume, so completely up to you. I must admit I have had this on full blast because I do like to run with music sort of pumping. It does really help me throughout my runs, and I have run sort of through some busy streets before, and I don't know if that's me not paying attention as much, but I didn't feel like I was able to hear out for things as easily as what it says that you should be able to, if that makes sense. So yeah, you've just got to make sure that it's maybe not too loud when you are running in a busy place and you want to keep safe. The headphones also come in a variety of colours, so I picked grey just because it's nice and neutral, but I know that they come in blue, pink and green, which are also nice and bright. So overall, I really like them. I've really enjoyed using them. I do use them on all my training runs. When I'm running with people, so I go out on long runs on Sundays, I go out with a club, I don't use them because they can be quite, despite them, you've been able to take in other things around you. When you've got headphones on, it makes you look quite antisocial. Not in a horrible way to anyone that uses them, but you're less likely to be approached. So I don't take headphones when I'm out with my running club. I just like to take in everything that's around me and chat to other people on the way round. Now, I have in the past ran quite a few races with headphones in. That's quite a few years ago now, but now I tend to not run with music. I did the last 2 years that I've ran London. Well, I've only run the London Marathon twice, and I have used music. Both years I've just used basic headphones, but what I have done is just put one in so I can take in the atmosphere and have, just to sort of just keep, I do find that I do sometimes run faster when I've got music in. I think it's just the tempo. There's been a lot of studies on it about how the benefits of running to music. So I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do with the London Marathon yet this year. Most of the races that I've done recently in terms of half marathons, I've not used any music, and maybe this year I just want to take in the atmosphere. But they are very good if you are looking for headphones which can be used in most races. These are the ones to get. So overall, a really good product. I've really enjoyed using them and testing them out. I love the fact that there's obviously no cables to them. They're a decent price. You know, you might need to put them on a Christmas list or a birthday list or a wish list, but yeah, definitely worth checking out if you're wanting this sort of thing. So I hope that you've enjoyed today's product review, a new thing for me. If you've got any comments, please leave them below. If you have them yourself, let me know what you think of them and how you get on with them. But yeah, and let me know if you're training for anything. So they could become useful if you are training for a particular event. So thank you very much for watching today. Please can you give this a like if you've enjoyed it and found it useful, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all in the next video very soon.